Hey, welcome back to. I started the recording.
Okay.
Welcome to Outside the Ring. I am here with my guest, Asmodeus.
What up? What up? Good to be here. Good to be here. Glad to see everyone's doing all right.
Yeah. So, what inspired you to become a wrestler? Or when was that one moment you're like, I want to be a wrestler when I grow up?
Well, it's just the passion of it, seeing everything, how everything plays out, the story in the ring, how it's just the energy the crowd has. Um, but just to see at that time when I was growing up, it was just the characters. You got Hulk Hogan, you had Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, Bret Hart. I mean, all those people when I was growing up, it was so phenomenal to see. And that's what really drove me to becoming who I am and wanting to be a pro wrestler, is just to see and do what these guys did.
Yeah. People you see on TV inspire you, grow up to be like them.
Especially, obviously, like The Undertaker. Undertaker's obviously one of my favorites.
Me too. You hear he's getting inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame this year?
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah,
She should have been one of the first ones getting inducted.
yeah. When I heard Kane was getting inducted last year, I was like, where's Undertaker's induction at? And I saw Undertaker inducted Kane, but it's like a time
Yeah,
management sort of thing.
yeah. I mean, it's time. And Undertaker's at that point where he can't do this anymore. So yeah, I think it's time for him to kind of fade away a little bit.
Yeah, cement the legacy. Like his final match was at WrestleMania 36 against AJ Styles in that Boneyard match.
Yeah, which is really, it was really cool to see. Even it was supposed to be something totally different, and because of the whole COVID thing, they had to change it up to what it was, and I think it turned out phenomenal. It was actually really good.
Yeah, I when I started watching wrestling, it was WWE. I would watch it the little clips on YouTube on my TV, and I started watching full time in August of last year. Well, the first wrestling I really watched was I came to the LPW shows back in 2018, I believe it was. And I remember
Mm,
you came out fighting El Ridiculoso, Kenny Urban. What's it?
I think I remember that match. That was a good one too.
Yeah, I go back watch some of the LPW matches. Your finisher, for me looking back, is devastating. Kind of looks like an attitude adjustment to a neck breaker sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't like taking that move too because it's risky, but it
Yeah.
is what it is.
So how did you
Yeah.
get your finisher? Like,
Um, I was just horsing around at the school. I trained at the House of Truth pro wrestling school, and we were just in the school one time, and I was trying to come up with different moves, and I think we did it by accident. I was kind of like doing like a rock bottom, and instead of doing a rock bottom, I was actually supposed to go on the person's chest, but it then ended up going over my head. It was like one of those things where it was just an accident. We were just kind of messing around. Let's try this, and I ended up doing it that way, and it just stuck. And everyone was like, "Wow, that looked like you killed the guy." And as long as the guy protects himself, you're fine. You know what I mean? But it is a risky move. I actually hurt a couple people off of it, so it's kind of one of those things that the guy I'm working with really has to know what he's doing.
yeah, it's more like a talent type thing, like
Right.
experience that comes into play when you're wrestling certain people.
Mm-hmm. Because I know if I'm going to wrestle like a rookie or something like that, I wouldn't do the move because I know he wouldn't know how to take it right, or he's going to end up hurting me, or I'm going to really seriously hurting him, one or the other. So I wouldn't do it to like a rookie.
Yeah. Was it with like El Ridiculoso, was that like the first time you pulled out the move in like LPW? Because I saw in your match with Ken Urban, you kind of did like a you flipped him back. I don't know how to like really call that, but you like flipped him back and then you pinned him.
Yeah, what was the first show I used that? I think it was some indie show up here in Michigan. I just did it as one of my side moves, and it got such a huge reaction off it. I was like, oh, okay. Like even the boys in the back were like, no, you need to stick that as your finisher because it's such a devastating move. So um, I did it some years ago, and then I started doing it repeatedly to guys that I know I can trust that can take it well. Especially like Aiden Prince was the best one I ever took. I gave it to Aiden Prince one time, and he flew across the ring, and it looked absolutely phenomenal. When I went back and looked at it, it looked like I absolutely killed him.
Yeah, the only like indie type stuff I watch is like LPW, or I search up like other like indie wrestlers that compete in LPW. Obviously, like those type of indie shows.
Mm-hmm.
Since LPW is like local to me, that's how I.
Yeah, I really like LPW. I need to get back. I need to call Tim and see what's going on and get back down. I haven't heard from him in so long since the COVID thing started. So I don't even know if he's still running or not.
Yeah, I've seen like they held Fight for Fremont inside this year, like last year.
Mm-hmm.
And like Tim was there, like the referee for Frogun versus Mannix, the LPW title match there.
Okay. Yeah, I need to reach out and get a hold of him because I really enjoyed working down there, especially what me and Soul Taker were doing. We kind of worked well with each other, so I wouldn't mind continuing doing that.
Yeah. One thing, like one of your matches I remember from LPW was like you versus Adam Wick, who said was an upcomer for like the DTA Death Threat Army, and he
Mm-hmm.
hid in the audience. We were on the other side of the ring from where he hid, and we were pointing to him, and then he got into the ring.
Those guys playing like stupid little mind games like that. It's entertaining, but nonetheless, I can get the job done.
Yeah. What is like one of your favorite matches you've had, and then who's someone like indies or something you would like to wrestle in the future?
Um, have had that question asked me a couple of times about what was my favorite match, and I can't really answer that. There's so many great workers I've worked with over the years, and it's just I don't know. It's just too hard to answer. You know, even the stuff I was doing up here with Logan, tag team with him, and then I was tag team with the Purge for a while. There was some of my favorite times, and so yeah, I can't really answer that because I have so many great times and memories. Even back in the day when I first started in like 2001, traveling with Truth Martini, going to show to show, working with Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, Jimmy Jacobs, and just doing matches with them every weekend. Stuff was, so that's a really toss up. What was the second part of the question?
Who is someone that you would like to wrestle in the future?
Um, I've always wanted to work with the Briscoe brothers. I've always wanted. I worked with them a little bit in Ring of Honor, just rolling around the ring, and at the training camps. But there's always someone that I actually want to have a match with.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really seen any of their matches. I've heard that Jeff and Matt, since Jeff got released from his WWE contract, they're going to fight the Briscoe brothers.
Yeah, if you can, like really Google or YouTube the Briscoe brothers. They're really phenomenal, and they're actually really nice guys in person too.
I'll do that. Well, thank you for having on here with me, having this interview.
It's anytime, man. Yeah, glad to be here.